last topic of the day. Speaking of, because I brought up the Celtics for a hot moment, but speaking of greatness and legacy, we all know the Boston Celtics. I'm losing track of how many. I think they got 19 championships, 20 championships at this point, 18, somewhere around in there.
Banner 18.
Banner 18. They're going for
I think
Banner
that was the
18
slogan.
for last year. It might have been the slogan, and then
I
now it
think
might be
so.
19. Okay.
I think we're trying to raise Banner 18.
Got you. Teddy, I know you here in the comment section, so correct us if we wrong. But this Boston Celtics right now are still playing at a very high level, right? 18, okay. The Boston Celtics are still playing at a very high level, man. They look like they could be on the cusp of going right back to the finals and repeating. So we're looking at the Eastern Conference. Forget the West, because we know we just talked about the West. There are some teams out there in the West that could potentially give them a run. But when we look at the East, Joe, what team in the Eastern Conference do you believe could give them the best challenge of not making the NBA Finals?
The Cavs.
Yep.
And at first, I wasn't a big believer of the Cavs. I kept telling myself, nah, I got to see it to believe it. Then I sat there and thought about this. Shout out to my brother, J-Mo. I actually called him and told him about this. Oh, never mind. LeBron James just passed Ray Allen for most games with a three-pointer.
So he's still adding to that legacy, man. You add to that legacy.
Icing on the cake. But,
right.
So when I thought about the Cavaliers, I'm like, I gotta see them to believe it. Then let me rewind my memory. Okay, Donovan Mitchell gets there. They play the New York Knicks in the first round, and they get smashed. They get like manhandled. I mean, they did a good job on Jalen Brunson. Donovan Mitchell was horrible, but sorry. If I back it up another year, sorry. Before Spider came, they were the fourth seed in the East. Jared Allen gets hurt. They fall in the play-in, lose to the Nets. Cool. They bring over Donovan Mitchell. We like, dang, Darius Garland to make a leap. Then Mitchell comes. Okay. So now they gotta figure it out. They get to the regular season. They turn out to be like the fifth seed, I think, or fourth seed. They play the Knicks. They get out rebounded. They get out physical. It was horrible. I had no confidence in them to come into next season. They play a physical Orlando Magic team. They win in 7 games. They go against Boston, and I think they got a game on Boston swept them.
No, they got a game. They got a game.
Spider gets hurt, and no Jared Allen again. So this year, what they do? Jared Allen is healthy. Spider is gonna be healthy, God willing.
Right.
I hope he's gonna be healthy. They wouldn't go get DeAndre Hunter, which is a big piece.
Huge.
They specifically got him for Tatum and Brown. So I look at everybody in the East. New York, too soft. Celtics they can't even beat no top team in the NBA right now. Too soft, too finesse. They're gonna beat them. I look at Orlando. Orlando could be a tough matchup, but they've been hurt all year. How's the continuity? How's the health gonna be going to the? They still young. All those factors play into Orlando. I think Orlando will get there eventually, but they just been injury riddled all year, and they just all over the place. And who else? So the Cavs, I'm looking at, they got Evan Mobley, who played that number one option. He had a good series against Boston last year. That was a good run for him because part of the reason why they lost to the Knicks the year prior was because of him. He was garbage. But he stepped this game up. Even this year, took it to a new level. Two-way player. Jared Allen, a good defensive player, right? They got shooters. They still got Max Strus. DeAndre Hunter shooting 40% from 3. Even Okoro is shooting close to 40% from 3. So, and they got Darius Garland. So they have, right now, what I'm worried about with the Cavs is the fact that they are the best three-point shooting team in the NBA. They shooting 39% of the team. That's not going to happen in the playoffs. This cut it. That's not going to happen in the playoffs.
But how far is it going to come down, though, is the question.
That's the question. Will they be still able to win games? Because they got the best offense in the league. They shooting 39% from 3, 49.8 from the field. Are they going to be able to sustain that with this great Boston Celtics defense? One thing about the Celtics, they're very good defensively, and they don't turn the ball over. So it's every point you get is crucial. They're already good offensively. They don't turn the ball over. They ain't first in the NBA in turnovers, right at first, as far as giving it up. They don't give it up. So can the Cavs? But one thing they do have, they got a guy who can get you 40. And you need those type of guys when you go against these juggernauts. But do I think they're gonna win? No, they got the best chance in my opinion.
I agree. The Cavs is the first thing that come to mind. I think respect needs to be put on them right now. They're the number 1 seed in the East, so respect should be put on them. I mean, they number 1 in points per game right now. They number 2 in field goal percentage per game right now. They number 2 in point differential. Like, and they're top 10 defense right now in the league as far as points allowed. So they can score with the best of them, and they can also defend with the best of them as far as being a top 10 defense in the league. My biggest question for them, obviously outside of health, is Darius Garland, bro. Like, to me, he can be their X factor as their number 2 potentially, but he got to play well. The last time I seen, I got to pull him back up because I just had him up because I was thinking about it earlier today. The last time we seen Darius Garland in the playoffs, bro, he did not play well. I'm looking at it right now. 15 points a game. It was an uptick in his assists, but 43% from the field, 35% from 3. Like, he just didn't play. He didn't look like regular season Darius Garland. The thing with the Celtics, bro, is the Celtics have so many guys that could kill you. Even the guys you don't think about shooting the ball from the outside can kill you. And so you need all hands on deck as far as scoring the basketball. Donovan Mitchell, I think, is going to do his thing. We saw the one game they won. He was getting money. He was doing his thing. But once, he wasn't, Darius Garland wasn't good last year. He's got to be better. But once, like I said, once Donovan Mitchell went down, it was like everything else around him crumbled. And I thought that Darius Garland would be a little bit better. And he just, like Teddy said, he was bullied. Like, he did not play his best ball. And so I think that's going to be key for them, bro. I think you're going to have to potentially match what Tatum and Jaylen Brown do on the offensive side of the ball. And most importantly, you got to be efficient. Just shooting 43% from the field, 35% from 3 is not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it. But I give them the best opportunity because I think they're the most well-rounded team right now in the Eastern Conference. They'll come into the playoffs with a ton of chemistry. Hopefully they'll be healthy. And they have what they need in order to push them. I'm also not, and I know that this was my preseason pick, and I know I've been like, but I'm still not completely sleep on Milwaukee sitting in that 4th seed. I'm just not, because of the tandem of Dame and Giannis. I'm not sleep, bro. Giannis I still view Giannis, and I know a lot of people don't agree with me at this point, but when healthy, I still feel like Giannis has the upside of the best player in the league, bro.
Yeah,
I really feel that way. The problem with the Bucks over the last couple of years has been health. They just simply have not been healthy. If those 2 guys can get to the playoffs healthy, Bobby Portis could figure out whatever that was that he took that he wasn't supposed to take and be himself in the regulars in the postseason. I think they'll also be formidable. And I threw some shots at Kyle Kuzma, but I don't think I did it on the show. But behind the scenes, I threw some shots at Kyle Kuzma as a Laker fan because I know what I saw when he was with the Lakers. He was making me mad. But he could be a decent little 4th, 5th option for them, hitting shots from the outside, putting pressure on the basket, and can't really sleep on Kevin Porter Jr. either as like a 6-man, 7-man coming off the bench who can play make and get buckets as well. Yeah. So I also think that they have a well-rounded team. I really think they have a solid team in place. They just have to be healthy. I will say this. If you give me 100% healthy Bucks team and 100% healthy Cavs team, I have more faith in the Bucks against the Celtics than I do in the Cavs because I just trust Giannis and Dame more than I trust Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland. But if I had to just call it today without knowing, and I just got to go off history from what I've seen, I got to go with the Cavs as being the biggest threat.
All right. Here's my thing with the Bucks is that
my bad. Don't do this to me, y'all. This I'm getting ready. As soon as we get off, I'm testing. That's first priority. I'm trying not to even think about it right now.
You know, Kyrie probably going on too.
Oh yeah. My thing with Giannis playing tonight.
He not.
Okay.
My thing with Giannis is this, AJ. When I look at his playoff resume. It's like, when I look at his playoffs, right? I
Oh,
mean,
I see what you're saying. Like,
when I
oh,
look at
bro.
when I
I
look
got
at his playoffs, though, this is what my thing with Giannis. Giannis is kind of a dude that I give him props because he did it, but when he did it,
a lot of
you know,
guys just
like,
banged up on that road.
bruh, Kyrie got hurt. They were blowing the
Mm-hmm.
Bucks out when Kyrie was playing. Kyrie gets hurt, and then James Harden gets hurt. Then you play the Hawks. Then you play the Suns. So, but you won. I give you a credit. But what about the time when you played Toronto and you lost? All right. What about the time you played the Celtics and you lost? Like, now I know he played the Celtics. He didn't have Chris Middleton. But like
Mm-hmm.
I look at, like, I want to see Giannis in the playoffs and make a real run against, like, a gauntlet, like,
Mm-hmm.
against these teams. So when you say the Milwaukee Bucks healthy, I don't know. I can't guarantee that because Giannis hasn't shown me that. Like, has he? Like,
He ain't, but I don't think he's been in recent years since he's won the
in
championship.
position.
He hasn't been in position. He hasn't been healthy enough to show it. I would
Well,
say.
then he lose to
Or
Miami.
him or the team hasn't. Well, he was hurt against Miami,
Oh
right?
yeah, he
If I'm
got
not
hurt. Yeah,
mistaken.
he lost Miami before that. My
Yeah.
bad. He got hurt in the bubble against Miami, and then they
Mm-hmm.
swept Miami next year.
Yeah.
Kudos to you. When they won the championship, he swept Miami.
Yeah.
But he did get hurt against Miami. He actually came back, and they lost in Milwaukee.
And was it the last game of the
He lost the
series
game.
or?
I think he had the last two games, and he had a triple double that game. But
Yeah.
Butler was better down the stretch. Because Giannis' issue is he got Dame now.
Right.
He's not a closer, but now they got Dame.
Now they got
So,
Dame. Yeah.
but I'm gonna stick with this Cavs though. But I'll tell you right now, the Cavs have a better chance of beating the Celtics than Milwaukee does. I'm confident in that.
I don't know, bro. Like I said, I have to see. I gotta at least see one season of Giannis, at least Giannis and Dame, the duel of them being healthy for a playoff run, for me to be like, all right, give me the Cavs.
Dame
Like,
too.
right. That's what I'm saying. The duo of them being healthy together for a playoff run. I gotta see them getting knocked off healthy for me to be like, all right,
I'm with you.
You know what I mean?
I want to see that. I want to see Dame.
Bad.
Because Dame, I have my issues with Dame too. My issue is Dame is not number one. He got to be number two. Now he's gonna be number two. And Giannis is the perfect fit. Like, yo, you can do what I can't, and I can do what you can't. Let's do it.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
You know what? We're amped up the pressure on Milwaukee. That's what you want to do.
And I think we should.
Yeah.
And I think like Dame is, and I said this last season, bro. Dame is a player in this league that has over the years put a lot of pressure on himself when it comes to, all-star nods and not all-pro, all NBA nods and things of that nature, saying he belongs on this level and y'all sleep on me as a player and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
You played with the Blazers. The highest ceiling you reached was the Western Conference Finals, and they got swept out of that series. Now you in it, or did they win? They might have won one. I can't remember.
They got swept, and they were up every game.
Yes. That's when they had KD too, right? The Warriors.
KD got hurt.
Yeah. Oh yes. And Steph.
I was like 35 that series.
I remember Steph went nuclear in that series. Yes. So like now you got Giannis. You're not in the West no more. And I just think that if he is what I think he is, if Dame is playing at the level that I believe he can play at, bro, it might sound crazy, but him and Donovan Mitchell neck and neck to me. If Dame is playing like Dame, so if Dame is playing like Dame, and your second best player is already neck and neck with the Cavs' best player, then you throw Giannis on top of that.
Yeah,
like I think they have. Should. I think they just got to put it. They got to be healthy and they got to put it together. They got to be healthy and they got to put it together. And they gonna need the supporting cast who I believe in. Lopez, Bobby Portis when he comes back. Kevin Porter Jr., Kuzma to an extent. They're gonna need the supporting cast to step in and play well as well. But I think those two guys, bro. Now, what makes it tough, and it's the last thing I'll say before we get off. What makes it tough is when you watch the Celtics and the Bucks play, man, the matchup of Jaylen Brown on Dame be tough sometimes.
Bro.
They defend at a high level, bro, and they make it tough on Dame. Andrew Holiday, yes, like Their perimeter defense makes it extremely tough on Damian Lillard, which is why Giannis is gonna have to be the focal point, and Giannis is gonna have to get those guys to do what he did before. They gotta build a wall to stop you. And at that point, if you could get most of the attention to be on Giannis, it frees everybody else up. Dame being one of them. Frees everybody else up. Unless they just straight up, we're going to build this wall, but we're going to still face guard Dame with like Jaylen Brown or something. And you might be in trouble there. But we just talk about who going to give them the best challenge. I think if healthy, I'm going with the Bucks. I just don't know if I can count on them to be healthy, which is why I'm going with the Cavs.
See, Giannis doesn't answer the Jaden Tatum problem, Jaylen Brown problem.
That's true.
The Bucks don't have an answer for that. That's that's always my issue with them. That's why I said when they match with the Celtics, it's just a bad matchup for the Bucks. It really is. It really is.